In today's video, we're going to be setting up my beautiful 29-gallon aquarium. Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. Now, we're starting off by cleaning and scrubbing the entire aquarium, making sure everything is super nice, scraping off some silicone residue and insulating the bottom. As a background, I decided on this random plastic piece that obviously I broke right away. So of course I did what every strong and independent woman would do. Yep, you're right. I asked my husband. I explained him the issues that I was having, and obviously he knew exactly how to fix it. So I gave him the sheet and, well, he gave me a beautiful background. After precisely and carefully installing the background, it was now time for some fluval stratum. I decided to pour a sparse layer into the bottom of the aquarium and even it out with this little spatula thingy. I don't really know what it's called. Now it was time to cap the stratum. I decided on a very fine sand that I washed very thoroughly. I poured the sand in the corners of the aquarium and sloped it towards the middle. Now it was finally time for the hardscape. I chose these wood pieces to create a nice bulk point. Since the wood pieces looked fairly lonely on the bottom, I decided to add some nice river stones. I really like how the colors in the stone complement the wood pieces. At this point, I add a sparse layer of water into the aquarium. Since I want this aquarium to be heavily planted, I decided to add in some small gravel into the surrounding areas of the stone and the wood. This way, when I go to plant the aquarium, the plants will stick better into the substrate. I fill the entire back section with said gravel. Then it was finally time to fill up the tank completely. And then disaster struck. I completely ruined my substrate layers. I stared at it for a moment, thinking about what I could do, but then I remembered I could use the siphon. It did look pretty bad though. So I took my siphon and I siphoned up all the stratum and gravel that was out of place. And after a while, it didn't look that bad anymore. Now we're going to fill up the gap with a little bit more sand, and we're capping it with more gravel. And now it looks like nothing even happened. And that was it for day one. I'm just pausing the screen because, as you can see, this was on a Wednesday, February 26th, but don't be fooled, it was not 2026. It was actually last year, 2025. I also decided to add in a small hang-on back filter and a circulation pump. Now let's wait for all the bubbles to disappear. It is now a week later, and we're now finally coming to planting this aquarium. Almost all of the plants that you're going to see in this setup are from Lush and Salty here on YouTube. He hooked me up with beautiful variety of plants, so definitely go and check out his channel, because without him this setup would have not been possible. I really love how the variety of the different plants really bring this aquarium together. In order to plant the plants originally, I did a water change, but now it was finally time to fill up the tank again, and this time to not mess up the substrate. I really love how the scape came out. All the different textures of plant really brought the scape together. It's been about a week, and you can tell the first sign of plants adjusting to the new system. We also introduced some Bloody Mary shrimp, and they even had babies. It will definitely take some time for the plants and the entire system to adjust. For my first fish, I decided to add in one of my bristlenose plecos that I bred myself. I really love the black paradox on him. and off he goes. There is new life in the aquarium. The Bloody Mary shrimp that we introduced earlier have multiplied to the hundreds. Together with my bristlenose pleco, they are enjoying a nice feast of bloodworms. I also introduced a group of 3 stir-by cories into the tank. I just love how they sift through the substrate. A lot of the plants have reached the surface of the aquarium. All the plants have adjusted well into the new environment. I also introduced a group of 6 chili rasboras. I really love seeing them dart around the plants. The last fish I introduced into the system are 6 fork-tailed blue-eyed rainbow fish. They must have been very happy and breeding in the aquarium because I spotted a fry on the surface of the tank. He is tiny and loves to hide in the dense foliage of the aquarium. Well, I would say this tank setup was an absolute success. I love how it just flourishes and seeing life everywhere in the aquarium. The plants are shooting out new runners and are thriving in this ecosystem. I really love this island look of the scape, and the fish do too, because they go in and out the plants as they please. The stir-bys, chili rasboras, and the rainbow fish all came from Fancy Fins here in Chicago. So if you're looking for healthy and good quality fish, definitely go check him out. And this is how I set up my 29-gallon aquarium. Thank you so much for coming along in this tank's journey. And I see you in my next video. Bye!